And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School as it's IHSA Class 2A Regional Night, number uno. And it is game number 2 of the night. Macomb, the number 5 seed in the sectional complex, against Beardstown, the Tigers, who come in as the 11th seed. Going back and forth on starting lineups here. Catherine Lucanen, one of the starters. So the starting lineups, as you can see, announced there by Justice Keene. Not sure how well you could hear him, but it's kind of the same suspects for Macomb and a similar group for Beardstown. If you were able to see Beardstown on any of our contests earlier this season, you're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton is alongside. We also had Tegan Perry up on the camera tonight. John, every game can be your last the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just saw a really, really closely contested game between Knoxville and West Hancock that unfortunately ended with a service error that sent West Hancock home. That game went 3 sets. All the sets were competitive. But I feel like this Macomb team might be a little bit misseeded in the regionals. This is a really, really good volleyball program. I've seen them a lot throughout the year. And this Beardstown team, definitely no slouches. We almost saw the upset in our first game, but this Macomb team, I feel like it plays a lot higher than a 5 seed.
Well, Macomb feels a little slighted. They beat the number 2 seeded team earlier in the year, and they beat the number 4 seeded team this past Friday night in Monmouth Roseville. That's who they'll see again tomorrow night if they can get a win over Beardstown here. Beardstown struggled early in the year. I'm sure they've gotten a little bit better. We don't get to see Beardstown as much, but they are facing a team tonight that is got a little chip on their shoulder, and Kylie Robinson back to serve as we serve things up here. We bumped across. Ellie Duncan is back there. Rexroth sets to Jackie Adair. The bump set going to come out near side on the attack, number 14, Brittany Mendoza. Catherine Lucanen from the back row. It's a nice dig back there by number 10, Ashley Salazar. Now Jackie Adair gets the sports corner kill, and the Bombers lead by 1. Jackie Adair starts things off with a sports corner kill for the Bombers. Kylie Robinson gets the service point, number 3, and she'll go back to serve it up again as the Bombers lead 1-0. Bumped across by Gracie Hamlin. Now it's going to be a slide by Madeline McClure, and how they didn't call that in the net, I don't really know because she backed into it after the fact, but they didn't call it. A kill for Madeline McClure, and it's 2-0.
Nice slide there to McClure. We covered a Macomb game the other night. They were working for that all night, not quite able to get it down, but able to get that pass off, and McClure was able to pound it down.
Knocked across by Hamlin. Rexroth, a quick in the middle to McClure. It's off the block and down and in anyway, and the Bombers lead 3-0. All 3 points off the hand of Kylie Robinson. Kylie, of course, is the junior defensive specialist for the Bombers. Ellie Duncan, a senior libero. She wears number 2. Speaking of liberos, that's Mia playing. Rexroth tracks that one down. Adair from outside, and that was a really tough ball to try to attack. She did it nonetheless, but it was a hitting error, and it's going to be a side out for the first time. Back to service, Shelby Goodrich. An outside hitter, middle blocker for the Tigers. Rexroth, middle to McClure, tips it across and down. They stay in the net anyway, but we'll give McClure a kill. Madeline McClure gets the kill, her second, and it's 4-1 Bombers on the side out. And back to serve is going to be Jackie Adair. She wears number 4, the youngest of the 3 Adair sisters. Set there by Nunez, and an attack is out of bounds. Point for the Bombers. 5-1, Bombers with the early lead here. Adair's serve is in, an ace for Jackie Adair, and it couldn't have got much closer to being out than that, but she gets the point, and it's 6-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of right where you want to place those serves, just right on the back row, make the defensive player in the back row make a decision. Do I hit this? Do I let it go out? Decide to let that one go, and it landed in bounds for an ace.
Goodrich with the serve receive. It's going to be Palmer on the attack. Bella Palmer's dug by Duncan. Back row attack coming from Jackie Adair, and she drives it off. Hey, that's the double hit. It drives it off of Goodrich. And it went up, came right back down on her back.
Heck of an attack there in the back row from Adair.
Second heck of an attack on me right there, too. I apologize, folks. Jackie Adair back to serve again, and she got the kill right there. And then I think Ashley Salazar did everything she could to hit that ball. She swung and she missed, and it went out of bounds, so it's a side out on the service error.
Yeah, so some shocked faces on the Macomb side. I was just looking, Catherine DeCaren, and definitely didn't agree with that one. I already had it written down for an ace and a service point, but
there's a karma kind of service change there.
Yeah,
that one went deep, too.
Yeah, just answers right back with the service error.
Back to serve now is Emily Westerhold, the sophomore for the Bombers. Defensive specialist. She'll come in for McClure. Nunez with the set. Bumped across by Gracie Hamlin. Lucanen drives it home. As Dr. Taylor Onion, who does some Western volleyball with me, said when she played at U of I, they called that kind of a rip. Back to serve is Westerhold again, and that's going to be an ace. 10-2. Bombers lead the Tigers, and timeout charged to the Tigers. We'll keep it here this time. Tell you that this game brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Westerhold back to serve up again. Her team leads 10-2. Macomb over Beardstown right now here in set number 1. It's the number 5 versus the number 11 seeds in the sectional complex, and that's a hitting error by Hamlin. Point to Westerhold and the Bombers. Did not get that one over the net. Lucanen was there to block it either way, but it didn't get above the tape. Westerhold serve. Bump hit across by Palmer. Now tipped across by Adair. Nunez back set to Hamlin. Hamlin is out barely. Bombers didn't have any question. Donna Stortzum is watching from PA. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Nick. Thanks for joining us, Nick. Appreciate you hopping in here. He says go Tigers. So we love to see everybody hopping in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Oh, what a dig back there by Westerhold. It's going to be a free ball across by Robinson. Now it's going to be near side on the attack is Salazar. Rexroth tips that one across. Great job going down to get that was Nunez. Now Rexroth's going to push this one out to Lucanen. Lucanen is blocked, and it's out. Lucanen gets the kill.
We've really seen this all season for this Macomb team. Again, here at TSSR, we cover virtually all the Macomb volleyball games. Westerhold has now served 5 in a row. She absolutely dominates in the JV games and really making things happen here in the first round of regionals.
Bumped across by Palmer. Back set, Adair out of bounds, a hitting error and a side out to the Tigers. Coming back to serve is Gracie Hamlin. She wears number 22. Her first serve of the game. Outside Lucanen. Drives it down the middle of the floor. A sports corner kill for Catherine Lucanen. Kelly Ladd getting ready to check in for the Bombers. Checking in for Beardstown, number 9 is Alora Logan. Alora Logan looks to be the setter. Not going to get to that for a second touch, though. An overpass there. Middle. Ladd gets called for a carry, and that we questioned 1 or 2 in the first set. Not such a question on that one.
Yeah, and Ladd's kind of done that throughout a lot of the season. Really hasn't been called for it much, but gets tagged with it there, and it's a side out back to Beardstown.
Bella Palmer back to serve, and she just flat missed that one. It's a service error and a side out. She walks off laughing a little bit.
Not much you can do after that one. That one almost didn't make it up to the spike line.
No, it didn't make it to the 10-foot line. She knew as soon as she swung at it, too, but it was too late at that point. And back serving for the Bombers is Catherine Lucanen, and she gets an ace right there. It's 16-4 Bombers.
And again, we kind of talked about pregame. This Bombers team maybe a little bit slided by where they were seated at. We saw a pretty closely contested match in the first night tonight between the 6 and the 10 seed, but the Bombers really making quick work here.
Ladd wound up on that one and let it go, but it was dug up. Rexroth, Taylor Adair, dug up. And it's going to be a free ball if they get it across. They do. That's by Mendoza. And then Ladd is going to get the kill. That a blocker kill. I had my head down for a second.
That was a kill.
Thought it was, but then I realized after I put my head down. Lucanen got another service point. She's back to serve one more time. 17-4, Bombers with the lead. Pushed across by Nunez. Back set Adair. Off the block and then dug up by Playan. Rexroth tips it across. And it was dug up momentarily by Goodrich, but nobody else could really do much with it. It's 18-14 Bombers. Lucanen gets another service point. 18-4 Bombers, excuse me.
Lucanen up to 3 service points, 3 kills in the first set here.
Serve received by Mendoza. Goodrich sends it across. Duncan is there. Outside, Jackie Adair off the block and down. Jackie Adair gets a sports corner kill. 19-4, Bombers with the lead. Set number 1. Winner plays Monmouth Roseville tomorrow night here at Macomb High School. Low hard serve. Overpass. Adair, no, that was Rexroth. Now Jackie Adair drives it down the line and in. Another sports corner kill for Jackie Adair, and it's 20-4.
Lucanen now up to 5 service points. Jackie Adair, 3 kills.
Subs coming in for the Bombers.
Everything's pointing towards the Bombers here.
Coming in for the Bombers, I think that's number 6, right? Katie Benson, looks like her. Mendoza with the serve receive. Outside, Duncan off the block. Ladd on the attack. It's an unsettable pass by number 23, Mia Playan, the libero, and Kelly Ladd gets the kill. It's 21-4. As long as the first match took, this one is taking equally short amount of time. Goodrich is blocked by Kelly Ladd. The non-traditional one-hand block, but a block nonetheless, and the Bombers lead 22-4. Lucanen has switched sides now, lost that one. Goodrich tipped across by Logan. Benson pushes it deep. Plan goes down to get it. Now Nunez is blocked. It won't go down as a block, unfortunately, but it's 23-4, and Lucanen gets another service point.
Lucanen now served 8 in a row for the Bombers squad and just 2 points away from closing things out here in set number 1. Bryce Rowe quick set to the middle for Ladd. Will hit that one out of bounds, so it'll be a late side out for Beardstown, able to stay alive a little bit longer.
Jackie Adair with the attack and a sports corner kill. It's 24-5.
You know, I didn't think they were allowed to have student sections at regionals, Dwayne. That's what I've always been told, but
well, they got one here.
They absolutely do.
And they'll have a bigger one if this team, Macomb, overpass and knocked down by Jackie Adair. Another kill for her, a sports corner kill, and it is 25-5, a set 1 win for the Bombers. We'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. In just a couple minutes.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. As you can see, 25-5, the score in set number 1. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton's alongside, taking Perry on the camera up top. And it is time for set number 2. We'll clear the scoreboard. And John, you pointed out to me that something you don't see very often, of the stats that we keep on TSSR Game Time Live, not a single mark on the side of the column for the Beardstown Tigers.
Guess we should turn myself back up there. Yeah, and the stats that we keep here are pretty basic, just kills, aces, points, and blocks. But again, not a single one on the Beardstown side there in set number 1. It was all Bombers.
And they get one right there.
There we go.
They get a service point. We'll give Goodrich a kill on that one as well.
So that's a good way to start set number 2 here. Got the early 1-point lead. We'll see if they can hang on to it.
Kelly Ladd gets the kill for the Bombers. A sports corner kill for Kelly Ladd. It's tied at 1. And back to serve will be Kylie Robinson. Kylie in for Kelly. Trouble on serve receive. It's an ace. It was Brandy Mendoza having trouble there. An ace for Kylie Robinson, number 3 for the Bombers. It's 2-1 Bombers early in set 2. Hamlin sends a free ball across. Luke Karenan's there. Madeline McClure, another slide, another sports corner kill for Madeline McClure.
McClure up to 4 kills between the 2 sets, 2 slides on the night.
They've both been pretty too, haven't they?
Yeah, able to put both of those down right where you want them. Great sets by Quinn Rexroad and 2 points for the Bombers.
Robinson serves dug by Salazar. Pushed over and in. A kill for number 14, Brandy Mendoza. And that's the first kill of the match for, second kill. Goodrich got a kill earlier, I guess. But Goodrich is going back to serve now. Luke Karanen, Rexroad. Jackie Adair drives it off Goodrich. It was an overpass. Hamlin goes up to get it. Dug up by Jackie Adair. She's going to drop it down. Mendoza goes to get it. Now Rexroad quick to McClure.
You're going to call a double hit on the set by Rexroad there. So that'll be another service point for Goodrich. Ties it up at 3 apiece. Beardstown able to keep this one closer early on.
McClure gets the sports corner kill. 4-3 the score. Bombers retake the lead here in set number 2.
Jackie Adair back serving. She's got 3 service points on the night. Go along with 5 kills.
And a passing error results in another service point. It's 5-3. Joy Baker says, "Go Bombers," watching from Colorado. Susan Nichols, thanks for watching. Hopefully it gets a little better. And an attack by Luke Karanen is out. Side out to the Tigers. Going back to serve, going to be number 14, Brandy Mendoza. Quick in the middle to McClure again. And another sports corner kill from Madeline McClure. And the Bombers are back up by 2, 6-4. Emily Westerholt coming in to serve for McClure.
McClure after that kill, 6 kills on the night for her. Westerhold, 4 service points, 1 aces. Basically, Macomb just uses her as just a straight server.
Oh, what a job of Goodrich going down to get that one. Hamlin on the attack. Outside Luke Karanen. Mendoza on the dig. Near side it comes to Salazar. One-armed pushback by Westerhold. Nunez. Hamlin. Middle to Palmer. Dug by Robinson. Outside Luke Karanen. And it's off of Gracie Palmer. Yeah, it hit the stick, which should have been called before it did, but landed out of bounds. Palmer hit it off the stick and then out of bounds, but they waited for it to hit the ground before they called it out. Westerhold to serve it up, 7-4, the lead for the Bombers. Goodrich with the serve receive. Nunez sets near side to south. Double hit. (8-4). Westerhold back to serve. And out of bounds. A service error gives the ball back to the Tigers, who have already got to where they were at in the first set, 8-5. 5 points, looking for 6, but they're not going to get it there. Service error makes it 9-5 Bombers. Kelly Ladd coming in for Kylie Robinson. Taylor Adair going back to serve. I know that's Quinn Rexroad, excuse me, going back to serve. I need to stop trying to read numbers. These girls, I can recognize their faces. I need to stop. There's a let serve, an overpass. Ladd goes right up and gets it. and a sports corner kill for Kelly Ladd. And Quinn Rexroth gets the service point. It's 10-5 Bombers.
And Beardstown has really done a nice job kind of shaking off that first set. Again, the final in that one, 25-5. Again, they've already matched where they were at in the first set, and they've definitely looked a lot better here in set number 2. But this Macomb team just really out firepowering them up front.
Kelly Ladd again put down an overpass, but they got it up and over that time. Now Taylor Adair. It's out of bounds. I thought that might have been touched, but was not. 10-6, side out. Bella Palmer going back to serve for the Tigers. I think the Tigers have improved quite a bit since we saw them in the Suns Classic. Catherine Lucanen drives that one off the block and out of bounds. A kill, sports corner kill at that for Catherine Lucanen, and she'll go back to serve now. She rolled off, 8 straight in the first set?
Yes, 8 straight.
So she'll try to see what she can do about that. They're a little farther away from a win than they were at that point, though. They were at 15 this time, and I think that one actually was a double hit for anybody scoring at home. Catherine Lucanen gets the point.
Well, technically, Dwayne, they were all double hits. But we got to go by the word of the judges, right?
We'll give Taylor Adair a sports corner kill for that one. I don't think it really needed any help. It wasn't going to get across the net, but she helped it down a little bit. It's 13-6. Lucanen another service point. Goodrich. Back set goes to Salazar, and it's blocked over there by Jackie Adair. And another point for Lucanen, and another timeout by Beardstown. This match being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years. Provide cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, which makes it so John can't do any Saturday afternoon games for me. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. You test everything. Do you get to test the guns too?
Not usually, but I do know that yesterday, Bossman and the son went over to Carthage and we're testing out a couple new ones that just came in. So not usually, but every once in a while, if we get something we want to just go over and shoot, we can test it and do it on company time.
That would scare me a little, be the first person to fire a gun. Somebody comes in and says, here, I want to trade this in. I mean, those guys have an idea what they're looking at, but still blow up on me the first time I use it or something. Salazar tips it across. Adair digs it up. Lucanen sends it back. Playan gets it up. Now Nunez attack and kill. That's a good kill for Vanessa Nunez, the setter, who is also a right side when she's in the front row. And it's 14-7. Bombers lead by 7. And Ashley Salazar going back to serve now. Deep and out. Ellie Duncan lowered the head and let it fly right over the top. Out of bounds, a service there. It's 15-7. Madeline McClure, who has played very well tonight, is back in the game for the Bombers. And Taylor Adair is back to serve. And Playan can't control that one. It's an ace for Taylor Adair. I kept calling Kennedy Adair Taylor Adair at the Western game the other day. And Taylor Onion, who was doing the game with me, Dr. Taylor Onion, who was doing the game with me, I blamed it on her because she pointed it out, and then it was in my head the whole time. When I messed it up the first time, I said, so it's all your fault. It's okay, I about called Taylor Kennedy earlier, so you'll have days like that, right?
Yeah, starting to do the Western games and stuff, it might be kind of harder to keep all these Dare girls apart.
There's an attack and a kill for Nika Daytner for the Bombers, a sports corner kill. And starting to see a few players who are pretty darn good, but just don't see a whole lot of playing time in this very good Bombers squad. And there's an ace for Taylor Adair. A sports corner kills followed by aces, and the Bombers are running away again, 18-7.
Yeah, absolutely. And Beardstown really looked. They came out in the second set. They kind of put things together a little bit. Were able to keep it close, but Bombers have really done a nice job putting it into that run. And got back to what they do best, and that's kind of, what they've done all season.
There's a service error for Taylor Adair. Gracie Hamlin comes back in. Exiting is Alora Logan. Back to serve is Vanessa Nunez for Beardstown. McClure on the attack, and a kill for Madeline McClure. Sports Corner kill. Is that 5 for her now?
She's up to 7, actually.
7. Oh, I lost a couple along the way.
Yeah, and McClure really plays more kind of that traditional middle position, but she's really gotten in on the hitting here a lot tonight. She leads both teams in kills.
Kylie Robinson back in to serve. Right from the middle of the floor, and playing has it. Nunez sets to Hamlin. Hamlin hits that one into the net. Not a great set, and Hamlin tried to do something with it rather than just sending another free ball across. You got to give her credit for that. Now checking in for the Bombers is going to be number 13, Maribel Quinn Nekak, replacing McClure. Robinson serves it up again. That was Mendoza. Goodrich is blocked. Mendoza with the dig. Nunez goes to get it. Mendoza is going to send it across. Daytner with, or excuse me, not Daytner. That's the wrong. They said Nekak was in the net. I really thought Goodrich was in the net, but Goodrich is going to go back to serve with her team down 20-9. Goodrich's serve. Duncan with the serve receive. Rexroth out to Lucarenin. Dug up by number, that was 10. I couldn't see it. I thought it was 11. Salazar with a dig there. Tipped across by Maribel Quinn Nekak. And there's Rexroth with a kill. Quinn Rexroth got the kill, and it's Sports Corner kill, and it's 21-9.
So things are going good when your setter picks up a kill like that.
Jackie Adair is the back serving. Low hard serve, overpass, and the kill for Maribel Quinn Nekak. A Sports Corner kill. She hasn't had a lot of those this year, but when she gets in, she plays very well.
Yeah, just as you mentioned earlier, a lot of players on this Macomb bench not really seeing a whole lot of playing time throughout most of the season. Got a big lead here, get some of these girls in. And, I mean, they really show up and impress. It just goes to show you how deep this Macomb roster is.
Mendoza, Rexroth to Lucarenin, and Lucarenin sends one and says, "That's for you, Granny Franny." She's probably watching at home, I'm sure.
5 kills on the night for Lucarenin.
Timeout, charge to Beardstown. Lucarenin gets the Sports Corner kill, and the Bombers would appear to be at least on their way to a rematch with Monmouth-Roseville. We both saw that on Friday night. Was it Friday night? Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. They all run together anymore, it seems like. Thursday night we saw that, and the Bombers had I wouldn't say they dominated, but they controlled those two-set victory. I know that they won another shot at Quincy Notre Dame, which is who Knoxville has to play tomorrow night in the first match. Which can't look past a very solid Monmouth-Roseville team.
Yeah, absolutely. That Monmouth-Roseville team was able to knock off the number 2 seed Illini West. Macomb played them at home here just Thursday night, was able to beat them there. And as you mentioned, it really wasn't a blowout, but Macomb really was able to just take control. I mean, it really felt like the win was never in doubt, I guess you could say. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Definitely a tough Monmouth-Roseville team.
Jackie Adair with an ace. It's 24-9, match point for the Bombers.
Adair now leads both teams with aces. She's up to 3 on the night.
Mendoza, Nunez a bump set. Bella Palmer dug by Lucarenin. Rexroth back to Lucarenin. Drives it off of Goodrich onto the floor, and a Sports Corner kill to end it for Catherine Lucarenin. It's 25-5, 25-9. The Bombers get a regional opening round win. They'll be in the semifinal against Monmouth-Roseville tomorrow night. So at 6 o'clock, you'll be able to watch Knoxville and Quincy Notre Dame. And at 7 o'clock, you'll be able to watch the Macomb High Bombers and Monmouth-Roseville. Again, it's like part 2 on that in less than a week, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with some stats here in just a few minutes on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to Macomb High School as we get ready to go with some stats here. John, we do have some stats for Beardstown finally. Not a whole lot, though.
Yeah, we sure do. We'll start with Beardstown actually going through the stats. Number 1, Shelby Goodrich, 1 kill on the night, 1 service point. Vanessa Nunez, number 4 on the Beardstown side, 1 kill there. Ashley Salazar, number 10, had 1 service point, and Brandy Mendoza round things out with 1 kill. Again, not allowed to go over on the Beardstown side. Macomb was really just able to take advantage in both sets, blew up a big lead, and never really looked back. We'll go over on the Macomb side. We'll just read them top to bottom. We'll start with number 1, Catherine Lucarenin. 6 kills on the night, 1 ace, 11 service points. For the Bombers, number 3, Kylie Robinson, 1 ace, 6 service points for her. Jackie Adair, 5 kills, 3 aces, and 8 service points. Quinn Rexroth had a kill there late in set number 2 and 1 service point. Taylor Adair, 1 kill, 2 aces, and 3 points. Nika Daitner came in late in set number 2, picked up a kill for herself. Kelly Ladd had 4 kills and 2 blocks, played pretty good in the middle for the Bombers tonight. Emily Westerhold, 1 ace and 7 service points, about what you would expect out of her. Number 17, Madeline McClure, led both teams in kills. She had 7. And then number 13, Maribel Quinn Nikek, had a kill there late in set number 2. And that's how things rounded out for the Bombers. 25-5 set number 1, 25-9 set number 2, as they'll take on Monmouth Roseville tomorrow night.
So you wonder how different. I asked Coach Rexroth afterwards about how different the second matchup will be. Did you hide anything? And she's like, I don't think either team is big enough to hide stuff. You are what you are. You play who you have. But she did change their lineup a little bit against them, or at least, and she did admit that, the serving was a little different than it had been early in the season, but it was the same lineup that she served with tonight. So I think that both teams now know what they have. It's a matter of execution, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And as we mentioned, both these teams, Macomb and Monmouth Roseville, played just the other Thursday night, kind of what Dwayne was talking about there. And as Coach Rexroth said after the game, didn't really hide much. So I think we'll see a pretty similar contest. But again, this Monmouth Roseville team, not one to be dismissed. They're ranked higher than Macomb, or seated higher than Macomb, I should say. They were able to knock off Illini West earlier in the year, as was Macomb actually too. So definitely, this is one of the better sectionals in the area in terms of just skill. And you really look 1 through 5. It feels like on any given night, those teams could beat each other.
Yeah, they actually beat Macomb, or Macomb beat Illini West the night after Monmouth Roseville did.
Yep.
So I saw Coach Rexroth walk by. You know what? Let's just call this quits for tonight. I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about after that one, do you think?
No, I mean, not really.
We'll let her off the hook for one night. So that'll do it from Macomb High School. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has brought U Bomber Sports, a 25-5, 25-9 regional win over Beardstown. They will be back in action, will the Bombers, tomorrow night against Monmouth Roseville at 7 o'clock. We'll have that one, and we'll also have QND in Knoxville at 6 o'clock. So for John Burton, I'm Dwayne Hulett, taking Perry on the camera. Thanks for watching. This has been TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.